Hi, guys. Welcome to Soul Connections. I'm your host, Polly Jo Labbe, here with Star Nations Radio Network, being broadcast through BeLive TV and out in Facebook land. Welcome. We are here on this, in my neck of the woods. It's this beautiful, sunny spring day, and we'll take it while we got it, because this April has been quite a little trickster in many necks of the woods, having everything from snow and hail to rain and tornadoes. Mother Nature's been kind of coming in with a fury. So welcome. And tonight is, we're really close to the full moon energy where, it's on Friday, and when we are that close, we often have a little amped up energy. We're also so close to some religious holidays. And so with Passover and Easter so close, sometimes there's a little bit of a spike in energy flow. So we're going to tap into that and use it to help us move some stuff along and get some clarity on things that are going on. I don't know about you guys, but there's been a lot of chaotic energy for people I know and people I'm connected to, and just a lot of shifting and moving, and some of it in rather dramatic ways. For me, it was a little kick to my physical health last week. And I promised my team I would take a vacation on purpose next time rather than having to have some kind of illness, because that's what they wanted me to do, was take some time off. And I had scheduled myself a little too heavily, and that happens. But I also know that people are having, things shift in relationships. They're having just a number of physical things going wrong. And so we can work on any of those things, or emotional things, spiritual things, whatever you need to work on. I'm happy to be here to help guide us through that process. And it always helps that when we have, kind of a full house. So if you guys could help out by liking and sharing this broadcast, so that if somebody else is in need of a little guidance or a little healing, they can connect with us. And, it's nice when we remember how to be a healing community. I mean, that's what Star Nations is all about, bringing healing out to other people and helping people with their spiritual growth and their spiritual transformation. And sometimes just being like an anchor of, we have a place to go where there are like-minded people and we can feel part of a group. And think about how many people are out there kind of floundering, looking for guidance, looking for their crew, their spiritual team. And, it might be right here at Star Nation. So if you could share this broadcast, that would be super. And those of you who've been here before, you know the drill. After the meditation, all you have to do is type in yes, please. And I will be happy to pull a card for you. I'm excited to be using the Spirit Song Tarot deck again. Gotta move it in a little close because it's very light. And this is by Paulina Cassidy. And it's a really beautiful deck because it uses not only the tarot energy, but it also uses the animal totem energy. And so the cards read very differently. And I find that a lot of the energy, even when it's difficult, it's very positive on how you can make some changes that may seem hard in the moment. But if you just take a deep breath, it's really not that difficult. My team this morning, we were working on some writing, and a number of things that were coming through were just about, we have created some chaos and it's time for us to learn how to uncreate some of our creations. And so that is going to be a big topic for me next Tuesday on my Chakra Session show. And, it's when we are, looking at things through the same glasses that we've been looking at them through for years and years, we sometimes forget to change our prescription. And I've been hearing, I've had clients this week, I've heard from other people, and it's the same thing that they were saying was upsetting them last year at this time. So look at that. If you have something that's up for you, is this in a cycle or is this something brand new? Because I was noticing a number of people who are having the same energy come up, and maybe it's connected to the spring cycle. So, and I'm excited to see so many people in the house. So that's great. And thank you for Neshi for being my co-pilot on these soul connection evenings. Because without her, there's no way I would be able to do as many readings as I do. And thank you for those of you who, sent well wishes last week when I needed to cancel the show so that I could take care of myself. I have a big healing school, and I had 2 weekends in a row, and I was sick, and I needed to, take care of me. And it's one of those things that's sometimes a hard thing for us healers to do, to stop and take care of ourselves, but we can't help somebody else when we're not helping ourselves. And you guys know that drill. You've seen that before. So I'm glad to have you here. And yep.
We're getting messages that the video has stopped and so I'm going to try refreshing. Okay.
Okay.
I wanted to let you know before I actually did it.
Okay.
So you might have to come back in. Okay.
All right. Sounds good.
Okay. Okay. All right, we're back. So
all right, we're hopefully back. It was looking okay on my end of things. I know for some of you, you had lost video, so we did a refresh. Hopefully that's worked for you guys. And it showed up on mine, but whether it showed up on yours, I don't know. You know how that goes. So we're going to get going because I want to make sure that we get the readings done. And before we go to meditation, I just want to throw out the reminder there to people that I will be live teaching at Star Nations May 2nd through 4th. And, this is a fabulous opportunity for you to do some in-depth healing work with me, with my spiritual team. And when we do that work, I have had therapists say 1 weekend with me is like a year's worth of therapy. And if not more than that, because we really get to the energetic root of what's restricting you, what's holding you back. So if you have some energy that feels stuck, or you really want to push through, bring your business, your life, your relationships to the next level, then I really encourage you to join us. And it's a fabulous time as we gather together in, Star Nations, and we can do some of the work outside if the weather is as beautiful as it feels like it's going to be, because that can help ground us in nature. So if you're interested in that, then I encourage you to reach out to the Star Nations Academy page. And that is where the enrollment information is. And if you're not a member of Star Nations Academy, just send a request and we'd be happy to escort you in. All right. And with that, let's get ourselves started, guys. Let's get some energy moving. And I'm going to be making clearing noises because it's been a noisy one. That happens a lot when there's physical pain going on as well. So I invite you to take a couple of deep breaths and really feel your connection to the earth. Many people talk about this grounding sensation. And to do that, we want to experience the weight of our muscles on our bones. We may feel that gravity pushing down on us. And feel your hara line, your crystalline tube, or your grounding cord, whatever you experience most easily. How deep is that connected to the earth? Is it a few feet? Is it a few yards? Is it a few miles? Because ideally you want to imagine your roots, your cord, your connection to go all the way deep into the center of the earth. Good. And if that's difficult for you to imagine, then invite Grandmother Earth to come to you, allowing her vines of connection to weave their way up your legs so that you can feel anchored and held. And we're going to take a brief moment to connect each of our chakras to the ground and to the earth. So we're going to start with our root chakra at our tailbone. And just imagine this beautiful red cord of connection as it goes deep beneath the layers of the earth, connecting all the way to the very center, wrapping around something extremely sturdy like a giant crystal. Good. And now inviting your second chakra just below your belly button to release and connect this beautiful orange cord of connection right next to the red one, tight and sturdy. And now connecting to our solar plexus right beneath the rib cage, this beautiful yellow cord of connection. And allowing that to go through your second chakra and your first chakra as it goes all the way down beneath the earth. Good. And now connecting to your heart chakra, that beautiful green color in the center of your chest, and allowing that to move down through your solar plexus, through your sacral, through your root chakra, and all the way down into the ground. Noticing your red, orange, yellow, and green cords of connection woven deeper and tighter. Yeah. And then taking your throat chakra, that beautiful blue, and allowing the cord to go through your heart, the solar plexus, the sacral, the root, and all the way down into the ground as well. Good. And using the connection to your third eye, that beautiful purple color, as it goes through your throat, through your heart, through your solar plexus, through your sacral, and through your root, all the way deep beneath the earth. Got it. And finally, connecting your crown, that golden white thread as it goes through your third eye, your throat, your heart, your solar plexus, your sacral, your root, and deep into the earth. And just noticing the 7 strands that are holding and tethering you, connecting you more deeply and more fully into the earth's energy. Good. Now we're going to call in the divine energy to surround and protect us in a bubble of infinite love and infinite light, and asking it to restore, repair, and cleanse our aura, our beautiful bubble of protection, making sure that it's nice and sturdy as we begin our clearing meditation. Good. And I welcome in your spiritual team and my spiritual team as they work together with the divine, inviting in the angels and the guides and the ancestors, the animal totems, all divine of the highest, fullest, and brightest vibration available to us in this moment. Good. 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 And we're going to invite the energy to begin to come in through the top of our head, being aware of the tingling, the pressure, maybe heat or light, and allowing the crown to open gently to expand and allow in more possibilities, releasing any doubt that you've been holding on to. Good. 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 And bringing the energy into your third eye and really calming the energy that has you spinning and thinking, creating anxiety, worry, or overwhelm. And any energy that is stretching you into the future, and calling it back into this moment, into this breath. And any energy that is stretched into the past. And opening your perception, your intuition, and your connection to your spiritual team so that guidance and messages can flow with ease and grace effortlessly. Beginning to relax your jaw so that you can give a moment for your team to flow energy through you. When we try to control everything, it makes it very difficult for the energy to flow through evenly, seamlessly. And clearing the energy in the back of your neck and in your throat. And all the stress that you've carried there, all the worries, the burdens, the responsibilities. And all the ways that you've held back from being yourself, speaking your truth, expressing who you genuinely are, and sharing all of your gifts. Releasing any words that you've held onto in anger or frustration, or any words that you've taken personally that others have shared with you. Beginning to allow the energy to move down into your lungs and really open up your breathing. Allowing the oxygen to flow more fully to all of your organs. Allowing the heart to beat in your natural rhythm. Allowing the blood to flow fully to all of your tissues and your organs and muscles and all the parts of your body that get nourished from your blood and your oxygen. And reaching into the emotional layer of the heart and releasing any grief or sadness or disappointment that you've been holding here. And what would it feel like if you released some of that shame energy that you're holding? What would it feel like if you allowed forgiveness to flow through you to others, to yourself? And making room for your inner child to relax and play and have joy, releasing any childhood wounding that it may be carrying for you. And inviting your inner adult to take a moment to stop doing, and with a few breaths, just simply focus on being, releasing anything but you and the breath in this moment. And connecting with your inner warrior and allowing the warrior a moment of tranquility, releasing the need to be so vigilant, and having a moment of gratitude for all that the warrior has done to protect you and to help you as you move forward in your life. And connecting to the inner sage, that wise one that holds all the information from all of your lifetimes, that can help guide you with an instant moment of knowing by simply opening the channel of communication more fully, more completely. And moving down into the solar plexus and really taking a moment to allow the energy to come into balance. Sending healing energy to your stomach and your liver, your gallbladder, your pancreas, your spleen, your kidneys, that often work really hard in the spring to help us clear the stuck energy within our bodies. And on the emotional level, beginning to release any frustration, anxiety, stress, or overwhelm that we may be carrying in that center or in any of those organs. And any anger we may be holding on to, or righteous anger. And anything that is squeezing or reducing your self-esteem, your self-worth, or your self-confidence. Sending healing to your inner critic to stop the tapes of negative self-talk. And invite in your higher guides who speak to you with loving kindness and gentle direction. And moving down into the second chakra and really allowing your whole digestive tract and all of your reproductive organs to cleanse and repair and restore. And bringing your emotional energy back into flow. Releasing any that you've held on to or stuffed down, afraid to experience or express. And all the ways we have stopped ourselves from feeling fully. With alcohol, with drugs, with cigarettes, with food, with social media. all the ways we've distracted our energy from feeling our feelings fully and being fully present in each and every one of our relationships. And then moving into the first chakra and clearing any additional energy that has you feeling unsettled in your family, your job, your finances. And really restoring a sense of foundation and sure-footedness. And allow that energy to move down your hips, through your legs and your knees, down your calves, your ankles, and your feet. And allow that energy to release into the earth, down all of those cords that we connected to and connected with in the very beginning. And we're going to ask the divine energy to flood through one more time from the top of our head, coming down through the third eye, down through our throat, down our shoulders, into our heart, into our upper abdomen, into our lower abdomen, down our hips and our legs. Just flushing one more time anything that is stuck and ready to move. And now inviting the divine feminine grandmother earth energy to come up and begin to fill in all of those spaces where we released stuck energy. And you may experience that as heat or like honey or mud. And just feel it as it comes up your feet. Allowing you to feel more fully grounded and supported. And as it moves up your calves and your knees, it gives you space to walk forward in your life and on your purpose. And it moves up your legs, beginning to fill in your whole pelvic floor so that your whole energy system is held by this lovely bowl of divine feminine energy. And as it works its way up, gently nourishing each of our organs as well as our chakras, and giving them a moment of balance and peace. As it works its way up toward your rib cage, feeling it cleanse and hold your spine so that you feel fully supported in all that you do and all that you are. Really allowing it to fill in your heart. And even imagine your heart stretching and growing just a little bit larger to hold even more love, even more compassion for yourself, and then to be able to share that with others in a new and magical way. And allow the energy to roll down your shoulders, down your arms, into your hands. And then filling up in your neck and your throat. Into your skull, into your brain and your third eye, to the top of the head, and gently feel the energy as it pours over you, coating you in this lovely healing energy. Restoring your aura from the inside out. Repairing it in each and every direction, in each and every dimension. And just take a couple of deep breaths and notice how your energy feels now. And allow that to imprint into your muscle memory so you can go back to it at any point. Now gently begin to allow any excess energy to go back down into the ground, to be composted and used by Mother Nature, Mother Earth, for her own healing. And let's start to come back into this moment. You can stretch, you can yawn. Here we go. And so we're going to be pulling cards, and I know a number of you have already put your request in, but all you have to do is say yes, please, and I will be pulling the cards in the order that they were received. And I did get a couple messages from people privately before my show started, so there at the beginning, and then we go from there. So I'm going to start with Cindy Lynn. And I think, Neshi, that Cindy Lynn also asked for somebody, her sister or somebody, her daughter.
I thought it was her daughter. I can check.
Yeah.
I'll check.
Yeah. Okay. So this is for Cindy Lynn first. So I don't know if you can see, this one is the 10 of Acorns. And the 10 of Acorns is a card for, it's honoring you for your dedication and your responsibility. You've had this week in particular, you've really had to step up to the plate to help others. But in doing that, you're also helping yourself. And as you step forward and do that, it really helps. It's funny. I'm seeing this. So I'm going to tell you the image that I'm seeing. So I'm seeing you holding a plate full of hearts, and you're handing hearts out to people. And it's not coming from inside of you. It's not depleting you. You're just sharing the way you can share with other people. And a lot of times that means that, we step up and we're there for someone who needs us. So in that place of stepping up for someone who needs us, it's showing how well you are stepping into your dedication as, a lovely human being that you are. So thank you for taking action and being that person for other people. And it's Ashton that the other card is for. So for Ashton, you have the 3 of shells. So the 3 of shells is a good sign, sweetie. There's a lot of bliss. There's a lot of play. These are dolphins at play. They're coming together in friendship and in community. And when they swim together, they're really a team. They're really a community. So one of the nice things is that, I know that there have been things that have been going on for you right now that maybe have been a little scary, but I want you to know that there's only joy that's coming in right now. So the best way you can take care of yourself is to think of joy coming in and settling into your heart and allowing your heart to diffuse that joy and love throughout you. And I know we all have difficult times when it's hard to see that light and we get very anxious and we get caught up in thoughts in our head. But this is really about you taking care of you, and the divine is taking care of you. And the dolphins are very connected to water energy and flow, and that things are moving beautifully the way they're meant to. So I hope that helps you, because I know there was some concern there. All right, Rob, you have the King of Crystals. I love this majesty of this cat. And in the King of Crystals, there's this sense of, you being in a place where, this week it's time for you to step out, be courageous, really find a way to step into being a more committed person. And when I'm talking about commitment, it's like, be there for your friends, be there for yourself, have the courage to say what you need to say. Lots of times we hide behind words, or we hide behind not saying anything, and we hope it'll just go away. But how about being the courageous one who steps forward and admits when they were wrong, or admits when, maybe something came out and it was misunderstood? There's no way for us to have true commitment without true communication. And so, the tiger is really inviting you to be courageous in your commitment to your relationships, especially with some of your friends, because I feel like they're there for you a lot, and it's time for you to be there for them. Does that make sense? All right, Joanne. This is the Hermit card. And I love that it's a koala who's the hermit. A very adorable way to go into hiding. So the Hermit is one of our soul cards. It's one of our part of our soul's growth, what it's going through. And the Hermit, when that card comes up, it's what your soul lesson is at the moment. And part of that is it's time for you to go inward. It's time for you to kind of reflect on what's been happening for you, what's going on, and really look at it from an objective point of view. There's a lot of wisdom that comes from those moments when we get quiet. When we're always asking other people their opinion, we don't stop and listen to what our soul says or what our higher self or our team is saying. So I feel like this going inward and going quiet is a chance for you to reconnect with your higher self and really get a strong connection to your intuitive wisdom. Because sometimes we second guess it, or we, put it off as a coincidence or something like that. So this is just inviting you at this moment in your soul's journey to just look inside and review some of that, so that you are coming through your life in a wiser, fuller way. That's sweet. Love that for you. All right, Susan. Queen of Shells. Isn't she a beauty? I love her. So the Queen of Shells is very content. she has a lot of peace. But she also holds a lot of compassion for others. You can almost feel her heart energy as you're looking at her. And so right now in this week that's coming up, it's a time for you to sort of be compassionate for other people and what their stresses are and what they're going through. And take a moment of gratitude for the peace that you feel, because there's times when we're very chaotic in our own energy and we don't have gratitude for those moments that things are fine. And so sometimes when we're in a fine place, it's time for us to share our compassion, share healing with others because they're having a rough patch. And usually the divine, has it set up so that, some people are doing good when other people aren't doing good, so that we can be there for each other. We're meant to do that. So step into that compassionate queen energy and reach out and help. All right, Karen. Knight of Feathers. And the Knight of Feathers is just, there's this need, the paw is up, just like the horse paw is up in a normal tarot deck, ready to take action, ready to move forward, but looking right at you. So this is all about, not only is it time for you to take action, but you want to do it with a lot of focus. So really pinpoint what's your next step, how you want to do it, and then create that action plan to do it. It's not a time for like dreaming of the next step. This is like seeing the big picture and like taking the laser pointer and saying, this is the direction I'm going. And you are really good at that. So put that energy into action this week because you've got a lot of juice behind that. Woo!
Holly Joe.
Yeah.
We have a little bit of, I think when we were having the issue with the video, we've got some people wanting cards that showed up in the studio after we did the refresh. So we need at least 4 of them that you don't have on your list. Okay.
Okay.
So here we go.
All right.
You don't see Barbie.
I don't see Barbie.
Oh my goodness. Hang on. I'll try it again.
Ah, there she is.
Okay.
Hi, Barbie. We're just working through our glitches. It's okay. That we're near the full moon, so it's got to do its own thing. This is what happens if I take a week off, right? So you have one of our soul cards, my dear. It's the love card. What a great one for you. Love this. So when we get the love card, this is a time when your soul is going through a growth period of you're learning to trust, or your lesson is about letting go and trusting. And with that, there's some choices that are coming up. And, one of the things that has been coming up for a number of my clients lately is that, you have the same choice that's been coming up, and you've held out in fear. And it's like the universe is presenting it to you once more. How many times are you going to say no? Right? So this is about, what can you say yes to? How can you lean in and trust that all is going to be fine, and that you are filled with divine love, and that is what's guiding you. And when you can lean into that, everything is going to flow easily and beautifully. And this is going on for a few weeks. Actually, it feels like about 6 more weeks. So really use this time to grow on a soul level, because it's a lot easier than having to go back. All right, let's see who's next. Marie, hello. Another one of our soul cards, the sun. I love this. You know, when the birds take flight, you know, all the winged ones have transformational qualities. And the sun is really about, you know, how do you shine your light? How can you shine your light most brightly? And so right now, that's what you're here to do with your soul, is to spread joy, to spread love, to to really be in all of this vital energy and really radiate out who you are and how you want to be in your life. Um, you know, it's like you're center stage, you're shining, and other people need that light. Other people are in places where they are feeling dark, feeling heavy. And so, those of us who are in light energy, it's really important for us to shine so that other people have somewhere to go, somewhere we can trust. And it allows like that love energy to just flow more fully, and it starts to squash out all the fear energy that has been flowing. So get out there and shine your light, because we need you. All right, Brenda. Oh, for your mom. Okay. So, for your mom, Zora. I like that name. Four of Acorns. So it's a walrus. I don't know if you can tell it's a walrus. And so the Four of Acorns is, it's this place of energy that's coming together, is the community coming together, providing comfort, providing a sense of homecoming, stability, and safety. So I feel like this softening energy for your mom. And that softening is like, sometimes we've had to be brave and we've had to move through things, difficult things, and maybe felt like we were on our own a little bit. But it's almost like the community is kind of sweeping in to love and support you right now. And you know, some of us are stubborn and don't always ask for help when we need it. So I'm seeing my grandmother's just coming in and going, oh. um, and so she's showing me, you know, that really strong women sometimes are stubborn about accepting help. And but this is time for you, and you know, your mom, Zora, you need to accept that your community is coming together to help you, to love you and support you, because you've done it for them for such a long time. So breathe in and allow that help, because it doesn't mean you're weak. It just means that you get to take a break. Okay? All right. All right, Jacqueline. The chariot with the rhino. It's got such a cool energy. So the chariot card in this one is, you know, there's a lot of determination. Your soul is working on something that is going to require you to really use a disciplined approach, and also to really tap into that fierce determination you have when you want something and you want to get it done. And this is a little bit long standing because it's something that your soul is growing on. And the more you step into your sense of power, your sense of control, the more easily events will unfold. And, you know, there are going to be times when you're going to have to use that horn. That's what I keep saying. You're going to have to use that horn to butt heads with a couple of people. But when you do that, and when you stay in your truth, that will be the reinforcement that's needed. And that will be what allows you to sort of plow through forward on your goals and your mission. So don't be afraid to butt some heads. You've got that great rhino horn. Now we're on Andrew. Okay. Oh, I love this card for you because I know you're up in Maine. The Seven of Shells, the lobster. And with the Seven of Shells, this is a time, like in this next week, is again, there's more choices for you to make. And you get to choose, like, what is your ambition? What are your goals? What would you like to see happen? And choose in that direction. You know, sometimes we get caught up in choosing, you know, what I'm seeing is like different job opportunities. And when we have job opportunities, you know, are you going to choose for money? Are you going to choose for hours? You're going to choose for benefits? And it's like they're showing me that these next choices you need to make have nothing to do with that. You want to be choosing what is going to get you closest to the next goal that you would like. You know, if you want to have an advancement in what you're doing, then you want to take on a little more responsibility. Obviously, you need to get paid what you're worth, but it's take those steps that are leading you to what you would like, what your ambitions are, what your dreams are. You want to be moving toward that. And so as you're making those choices, hold that as your arrow and your focus. Okay. All right. Michelle. The Empress. The Empress Bunny. I love that card. So the Empress is in a lot of the tarot decks. It's about, you know, being in charge and being this beautiful, lovely, feminine goddess energy. With the bunny being connected to this, it not only calls in that kind of inner strength and that inner beauty, but it also taps into abundance. The bunny energy is calling in a lot of abundant flow. Now, abundance can flow in money, it can flow in relationships, it can flow in supplies that we need. It can also flow in as good health. And even I'm seeing like sort of magical things unfolding as this ball of abundance flows. And the Empress energy again is going to be on for you for about 3 or 4 months. So really own that inner goddess within you as you're making choices and decisions, and things are going to work beautifully and easily. Okay? All right. Jackie, what have we got for you? The Seven of Crystals. Love the snout on that one. So the Seven of Crystals is that this is being quite a big theme. So there are a number of choices that you have that are coming up, and the results are actually don't matter. So it doesn't matter what you choose. It's all about you being able to maneuver choices. And again, make sure that you are choosing in alignment with what you want and what you will move you forward on your spiritual path. And if you don't know what that is, then check in with your heart and only choose what's going to bring you joy. And that can be a difficult thing because sometimes, you know, people will, you know, there's like sparkly, you know, money over here or this over there, and we get tempted. It's about temptation. But to really try to choose from your heart, and that will give you the results that you're looking for. All right. Christina, of course. Love your camel. Knight of Crystals. Now the camel has all 4 feet on the ground. It's kind of looking up and away. And as it's standing there, The camel really, that's a really good energy for you right now, because you're in the process of creating a new form, creating your business, really trying to move forward on your healing path. And so this is about having the determination and the endurance to go the long haul, right? The camel can travel for miles and miles and miles without water. And so this is the slow and steady race, but it's a very sturdy and steady race. So just keep moving forward in those increments, and you will have this natural transition that'll start to happen. But it may seem slow at first. Camels aren't, necessarily running all the time, but they can. Um, but it's more of a, plodding forward, but it's just a constant, steady flow, and it's a marathon, not a race. That's what I keep hearing, right? So you're in it for the marathon. All right, good job, Christine. The owl with the moon. And the moon is another one of our soul cards, one of the major arcana. And the moon is in this deck, the owl has really magnified perception, right? And it really can see through the darkness. It can see through the nuances. And some of that is for us in the human form. It means we need to tap into our imagination. We need to see beyond the veil. We need to see behind and around and through, what illusions lie before us. And so the moon is one of those things. We're about to enter the full moon on Friday, and it lights up the sky, right? And so it lights our path, it lights our way. And even though there's all this darkness around, we have this illumination so that things that seem to be in shadow are brought out to the light. And that gives us a chance to really take a look at things, really perceive them, and shift them. And it's a very powerful time. And when the moon card comes up, it's really inviting you to tap into your inner goddess, because her energy is very strongly connected to the moon cycle. All right, Lauren, of course, my dear. The 10 of shells. All right. So the 10 of shells it's basically telling you it's a blessing card, it's a card of well-being, it's a card of health and family. It's one that's, shells sometimes were exchanged as money, right? So to have all of these beautiful shells from these beautiful places, it's showing your value, your self-worth. So this is, showing that in this next week, this feeling of just like peaceful well-being, and then being able to share that with other people in a way where you don't need anything from anyone and they don't need anything from you. It's just a matter of coming together and sharing, which is great with this, weekend of holiday celebrations that many of us will be doing. And it's like a great time to come together and share with each other. So lovely. All right. Karen. Another one of our soul cards, the Traveler. In the original tarot deck, this is the Fool card. And I really like that this does not really have that same foolish energy to it. It's really it's a huge leap of faith, right? You're beginning this journey, you're jumping forward. You don't necessarily know where you're going to land, but you're just going out on the adventure. You're moving forward on a new adventure, and there's so many untapped potentials that are coming your way. And allow yourself to be open to all sorts of new possibilities, because we get caught in doing the same thing over and over again. And I feel like there's like these brand new opportunities for you to kind of stretch and grow and become someone even fuller and happier than you've been in the past. So just go forward on this new adventure and have fun, because that way, it's play. When your inner child is with you playing on this grand new adventure, on this new chapter of your life, then there's even more possibilities and more potential to come through for you. So nice. And Neshi is working behind the scenes and she's like telling me to hold on. So Minnie is next. Yep. And I'm sure you'll love this one, Minnie. It's the Hanged Man. But this is a much better version of a hanged man for you, right? This beautiful bug who's hanging there. And really with the energy of the animal attached to this, yes, there is this chance of, okay, you're at this point in your soul's journey at the moment where it's time for you to get a new perspective. Well, yes, of course it is. You've moved to a new place and you're going to have to take a moment to see what the energy is, see how your energy is, and shift a bit. But there's this energy with the hangman of having some patience. It doesn't have to happen quickly. It doesn't have to happen overnight. And enjoy the moments of exploration, and creating new ideas and new ways to do things. Because when we move, we have, again, we've opened up all sorts of doors and all sorts of opportunities and ways to do things differently. And maybe get out there a little more, and put yourself out there so that, other people can see the amazing Minnie that we all know you are. So take some quiet time to patiently ponder that. But nudge, nudge. It's time for you to really look at trying things a different way. I like that for you. All right, Tina, start with you. So, Tina, yours is the King of Acorns. And the King of Acorns is, again, notice the horse's front hooves are not on the ground, right? And so that is really taking chances, right? You're willing to move forward. So this is a card this week of like really trying some innovative new things, really opening yourself up to being optimistic about things shifting and changing. Change does not have to be bad. We always get fearful about change, but lots of times change is opening a door for something even better to come in. And so they're inviting you to, think creatively and really use that open, optimistic person that you are to create some new possibilities. Keep hearing like innovation. So that's perfect. So Ashley's card is the Six of Shells. So the Six of Shells is very sweet. They often tap into our inner child. You can kind of see the childlike play of them together. And it's about, having a time of sentimental reflection. It happens sometimes when we share holidays, right? That we think back to our childhood and the way things were, but it's also about bringing in that childish joy that we can experience. So make sure that you're really connecting to your inner child this week, because She wants to be expressed and she wants to be remembered and she wants to have some fun. So don't be afraid to go out and play, and do those things that we used to do. This time of year, I'm a big one for going outside and blowing bubbles or using sidewalk chalk and like drawing, pictures until the next rain comes and washes it away. Give yourself a chance to play with your child because she really could use it. She would like to get seen and heard. All right. All right, Carol. Yours is the Knight of Shells. And again, there's that 1 foot up in the air. And I don't know if you can see that the legs make this number 4, which is more traditional with the Hanged Man, except upside down. So with the Knight of Shells, there's this pause that happens before you go out. But the Knight of Shells is very much about, I think, a Prince Charming. So it's time to
Okay. I wish I could draw cards for you, but I don't have the tarot cards that she's using, and I didn't even bring any cards with me. So let's see what's going to happen in the next few minutes here. I'm not sure if I can. Yeah, Ellen saying it's very glitchy tonight. Yes, it is. Let's see. Okay, she says she's in the lobby, but I don't see her in the lobby. So that means I'm going to have to refresh my screen. Okay, guys, so that means that I'm going to go away just for a second, all right? And we'll see what happens. Oh my goodness. Here we go. We're going to refresh.